and when I was back in daycare. So from the 2nd grade through the 11th grade, when I was in the grade school system in Mississippi, I was paddled.
Right.
I had some paddlings that were quite mild, and some of them that were really severe and that were life-changing.
Wow,
And
life-changing.
I can tell you, one of those paddlings that I can just tell for the viewers here that are going to be privileged to hear this and tonight later on in the forum that I'm going to be speaking at tonight, is that one of those paddlings were so severe that it felt like the world was coming to an end for me. It felt like a shock wave. In fact, I've used the analogy that it's almost a shock wave of a bomb going off. The shock wave, first of all, you feel the intense blast and the intense heat.
Wow.
And the shock wave that literally runs from the tip of your head to the bottom of your feet. And it can literally make you sick, some of the beatings and some of the beatings that I've suffered. And I can tell you from my personal experience, there are many other stories of other victims who have experienced the same effects.
Okay.
But I'm pleased to be an advocate and a spokesman on behalf of this.
Right.
As I've said, I've started my own nonprofit agency towards combating corporal punishment in schools in Mississippi, along with your organization and others. The hitting stops here.
And so, Brian, let me ask you something. That time that it felt like you said an explosive went off in your body, how many blows did he or this teacher give you, male or female or principal? And were they all feeling just as severe, like an explosion?
Yes, and that's the most critical juncture point I want everyone to understand. It was a male school administrator. This happened at Rosa Scott Middle School in Madison County. And I received 9 blows in that paddling. Many of the protocols that they had called for in the school district handbook were not followed. They generally say that there has to be a witness. There wasn't. The principal, the administrator, read the Bible to me before he beat me with this paddle.
In a public school?
In a public school. And each blow, from the first one to the 9th one, was severe, it was painful, and it felt just like I was under attack. I was under a military-style assault.
A terrorist attack?
Yes, a terrorist attack.
And you said there were 9, and it felt that each one was just as severe.
Yes, and then in fact, let me enunciate that point. Corporal punishment in schools is a form of terrorism.
Yes.
It's a form of terrorism and assault on your body and the body of the victims who must receive it.
Yes.
And so that's why I'm committing all the resources that I can for my organization, the Mississippi Coalition for Human Rights and Nonviolence, Mississippians Against Paddling, working in conjunction with the hitting stops here, and my Office of Democratic State Committeeman. I also represent the Mississippi's 3rd Congressional District Democratic voters who've sent me in 2 terms, and I'm pleased to say that, and I'm pleased to serve them. But I'm committing my resources and whatever resources that I can bring to bear to bring an end to this practice, and so I'm pleased to be doing that.
Very good.
The Texas legislature.
It's a shame we have to come before you and ask for legislation to do something that the school district know is the right thing to do.
Bill author Representative Alma Allen has tried session after session to get the bill passed. Tuesday, the first public hearing on the issue.
I can't even go into a hearing for having this brought to an end because in school this is a teacher tool. But to walk in this building, it becomes a weapon.
Paula Flowe flew in from California to testify. She says,
"We will not stop until it's over."
It's just got to stop.
Waiting for the end.
The bill was left pending in the House Committee on Education today. A vote could come sometime next week.
Place blame on the, also of course the parents and us for, why do you let this happen to your children?
Thank you.